streaming now. Right, I think we have a stream. I'm extremely annoyed to discover that saving means that the vote I have triggered to decrease my centralisation and reduce the penalty I'm suffering from having too many vassals has been cancelled by saving.
Yeah.
So now I have to start the whole sodding vote again.
I mean, yes, we have found before that saving has
Can-
weird effects.
Yes.
Wasn't there some other voting thing where if you so much as looked at some panel it would
Yes.
vote?
Yes. I can't remember what that one was now. I think it might have been some succession thing as Holy Roman Emperor thing. Right, so let's just check. My council are mostly anticipating supporting my stoat. So let's do the thing. Oh, hang on, I need to switch that thing back into mirror mode. Just 1 second. Where? Settings. Display. Mirror. Apply. And where's CK2? Right, there we go. I'll fix that. Right. Right. We've instituted low centralisation. Now that should mean... Right, there we are. That's more like it. I've got 500,000 troops.
Well, that might be almost enough to do interesting things to China. I'm ordering my Chinese takeaway. I should do that. Quick before Verity
invades. And
I don't think Verity's invading the Golden Box. I think it already owns it.
It's almost certainly true, yes. Right, let's...
Along with the whole of the rest of Cambridgeshire.
And indeed, pretty much everywhere else. I mean, I think there are a few places that I don't own, but there aren't that many of them. Let's just also check that we have all the minor titles sorted out so that everyone is as happy as can be. We've got the very best commanders that we can, yes. I mean, don't forget, I've not just got 500,000 troops. I've also got 26,000 money. So I can supplement my things with that. Right, let us try see if China. So China is open and China is stable.
Which is at its strong. Oh no, maybe Golden Age.
Golden Age is stronger. They have even better generals. The absolute numbers are the same, and they will match your troops up to a maximum that they have of 270,000.
Right, you've been reading all the instructions.
I've been reading the instructions, and I think they then tend to generate reinforcements in lumps of 50,000. I don't know if that can take them over the maximum, but I think it will just top them back up. But I have a plan. Right, let's try taking a let's invade
the Shun
Empire. And I suffer a 75% penalty to my levy reinforcement rate. Yeah. Well, I do of course have the secret levy reinforcement rate called I have a ton of cash. Right, so I need to select
who you're trying to put on the throne, because you can't go on the throne. Apparently you have one.
I have my half-brother.
Okay.
Alright. And if I lose, my realm will be shattered. Yeah. The problem is, waiting doesn't really help, because the more my empire expands, or rather, if I take actions to expand my empire, I make it hard, because then I have to manage more vassals.
Yes.
And I'm basically already over the vassal limit already.
But only barely. So
Only barely, so
you're
it's
fairly close to optimal position.
yes. I need to have enough years to do this, and maybe a couple of years to try and pull some stuff back if everything goes wrong, when everything goes wrong. So this is probably about the best that I can do. Also, at the moment, I have lots of money. I have, while we've been watching Utena and things, been carefully building more fortresses-y, or more city walls and stuff in all of the things on the eastern edge of the map and all the things bordering the Western Protectorate. So yes, I don't think I can get better than that.
So, one thought, have you hired all the mercenaries already, or are you planning to...
I was planning to do that, because the thing is that it's astonishingly expensive to run them.
Right, okay.
And the thing is, they'll always appear in Toledo.
Right, yes.
I mean, so I can do it early, but I probably want to do it if things are looking dicey in the mid, and then ship them across.
Or alternatively, once the Chinese armies are much closer to Toledo.
Yes, because some of this also depends on where China raises its troops. Because unlike me, their troops are attrition free.
Yes.
So they have no penalty for having them in squillions in a territory at once. But I need to know. Right, there we are. I have declared invasion on the Shun Empire, on Protector General Zhongshun Xiliye the Butcher. Right, well, I'm the hammer, so yeah. News from China. It's more news to China, but whatever. Zhu Ganting, Emperor Zhangzhong of the Shun Empire, has sat on his throne and looked down upon us for too long. The Zhu dynasty is not fit to rule, so we must tame the dragon. I have ordered a large portion of our forces east. I haven't yet, actually, because I couldn't declare war if I had my troops raised. Honestly, people, what are you on? To attack the mainland of Shun, and in retaliation, the Emperor has commanded Protector General Zhongzhen Xiliye to launch a counterattack into the lands of Hispania. Thousands upon thousands of troops loyal to the Son of Heaven march towards us. The time of the Zhu dynasty is coming to an end. The Middle Kingdom shall belong to House Umayyad.
I was very confused when you said I have ordered a large portion.
I haven't ordered anything.
Well, isn't that what Ben's up to?
Well, yes.
But someone's busy invading China.
Yes. Well, you can do this while I'm reading this stuff. My council informs that the Chinese... informs who or what? That the Chinese Emperor has sent significant forces from the heart of the Middle Kingdom to support their outlying regions in the west. Leaning over the war table, I can only hope that my silence instills confidence in my advisors. In my own chest, I feel a mild panic rising. Actually, Gansu corridor near the province of Jukan. Well, okay, yes, that's perfectly normal. Yes, right. Well, let's call in my ally. I mean, he's not got a huge amount of stuff, but probably... Oh, look, you've called in all your mates. I mean, I'm not very impressed by all your mates, but whatever. Right. Why have we got minus 5% more score? Because there's some random holding somewhere. So... right, so those are Western Protectorate things, which I probably want to besiege. Well, if I have the bandwidth. Right. And yes, there we have 191,000 troops. So, I'm not actually going to raise... Well, I'm going to...
You absolutely do not want to engage them while there's still a stack of 191,000.
Indeed. So, my plan is to start raising troops in a kind of arc around here. around the middle of the screen, and some troops near to Western Protectorate holdings that don't have 191,000 troops in them, to start besieging the Western Protectorate stuff and to start building up some forces here so that as these block come forward, I can start picking them off. But to deliberately leave these ones behind so then I can raise troops over here to, do some kind of pincer movement-y thing.
So yes, I'm just reading the advice on the wiki page. Yes. Although the initial stack is systematically divided into subunits of 20 to 40,000, these subunits normally still have significant movement speed bonuses and can band together and quickly support each other in battles. Your first goal should be to break the initial momentum of this great quantity of Chinese troops, gradually pull back your stacks, paying close attention to attrition. Then, after the initial stack has divided into subunits of 25,000 troops and headed off in different directions, start conducting small skirmishes involving 1 to 2 subunits at a time in order to start diminishing their numbers and disorganise the wave that comes to flood your lands. After a while, your troops should be left in several armies fitting the reinforcement capacity of their regions, with 1 to 2 counties, within 1 to 2 counties of the Chinese armies. While skirmishing in such a way, your troops should then be concentrated in order to gain local superiority against the weakened Chinese units. This will be the time of great battles, with several dozens of thousands of troops on each side and equivalent numbers for the dead. This is the critical phase, as you will need to win most of the skirmishes to cripple the Chinese advance and bring their enormous numbers to more decent levels. Finally, once the event troops don't pose any immediate threat, some of your troops should be spared and sent to besiege the Protectorate's territory, especially the capital province, and retake lost counties in order to earn the occupation and force score required to finalise your invasion. And yes, you can only lose 50% war score through occupation, so to an extent you don't need to worry about them occupying your territory until after you've started fighting them. And yes, occupying the capital is particularly important. Occupying their capital, the Western Protectorate's capital.
Yes, well, that's why I plan to lure them out a bit,
Yes.
thin them out a bit, and then raise some of the troops around here to dash in and take their stuff. So let me take a little note. Little state. Probably not on a DWP letter, I don't think it's going to help. Of the troops that I'm deliberately not raising, so that I remember this for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I will go to the beating team shortly when I press the button.
Right. So, Mr. Bond, what can we sensibly raise? This is some fairly fiddly stuff as I try and find the thing that is sort of nearby, but not too far, and also to raise them in more or less the right place. Are you mine? Right. You're not going up there. Right, so follow-up question is, right, what troops have we not raised? So we've not raised Ireland, that's deliberate. We haven't raised Africa, which isn't deliberate. Where's Africa? Or at least, where's the nearest bit of Africa? Oh, there. Hello. Right. You've got territory there and there. Anything else? Right, no. Right. Anatolia were deliberately leaving, Adala were leaving. Kairadin revolt, you say? I say... Okay, so you've got some glowy bits there. Do we have any glowy bits that aren't in Belgium, Belgium, or more to the point, Spain, Spain, right, so you only exist in Spain, right, you're a giant pain in the arse, and we will raise you, if you still exist, at the point where...
when the Chinese reach Spain.
When the Chinese reach Spain. So, Italy and Scotland, now, I know that Italy...
Seeing Jacob's comment there, I ordered the thing from China a few years ago, and the tracking went backwards and forwards between Guangzhou and Shanghai or somewhere else, backwards and forwards 3 or 4 times over the course of a few weeks, and then the next day was in Kazakhstan. I think it was escape velocity or something, and then gradually it pootled its way across Europe land-wise, it seemed, which was confusing.
Yes, I've taken off. Unfortunately, there is no easier way to raise all these little bits other than just by clicking on them, because I can't use the raise whole lot thing, because that kind of defeats the point of having a reserve force. And I have a lot of very small vassals that have like a cupboard where they keep 4 people with a pike in it. Right. Let's raise all of my personal levies. Right, so retinues. Personal, professional, and standing army. Right, yes.
The professional standing army is the ones you bring out for the parade, isn't it? It's not going to go away again.
Right, I have no idea how the retinue thing works. That's in advanced stuff. Let's just briefly check how we are. What's available hire-wise. Not an awful lot is available to hire at the moment, but I will be able to do that when the time comes. And I have one ally potentially. Right, so where is everybody? Scotland is very inconvenient.
Especially if you're aiming at China.
Well, yes.
Even Ticket to Ride is not going to try that one.
Well, Ticket to Ride is clearly inadequate.
Never start a land war in Asia, but always finish one. Which makes very little sense.
Well, in general, you make very little sense. So
Oh, pretty picture.
we play the game called. So, having raised those troops, does anyone know where they are? Oh, hello, there's you. I don't know what you lot are doing.
Estonia seems to have fallen off.
A lot of place names here are in very strange places. Oh, you just wait. Estonia will be all over the world in 80 days.
True.
there.
Good to have. What?
Should head
No, you went for a call.
there.
Younger are the other living.
Already raised, I know where you're going.
The countries start off being where they should be, like Ireland and Scotland and Estonia, and then they gradually move. Or did Ireland just start off being over there?
You start off, and then the thing is, because I've raised armies and so on.
Yeah, but was Ireland originally where it should be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it probably didn't even exist as a kingdom to start with.
Verity has had nearly the full duration of this game to pollute the map.
Yes.
And apparently he's been taking full advantage.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Right, let's just check. That really is down there. Squack. I should probably stop at about 2:45 or 7:10 to go and make dinner. And at that point, maybe once Gareth. And at that
Someone
point,
could sect, or I could
or
sect.
you could do a thing.
I don't think he's the thing. She says before.
Oops. Right, anyway, let's not worry too much about those little things and start to worry a bit more about the distribution of
Really?
these troops over here, of whom we have approximately 1 billion. Hooray! The Khan of wherever has joined on my side. Yay.
That's your one ally.
Yep, that's my ally. But, isn't in the defensive pact against me.
It is good to have friends, is it not, Mr. Garibaldi? Isn't that there's only one?
So are the doom stacks still in that pile there?
Yeah. Well, there's one that's escaped over there.
Right.
But that is not attackable yet, because that's... I have to say, it is a very, very, very annoying place to try and get troops to. That's kind of the point. Right. Even though it's quite boring, I will tick time quite slowly for a bit, because I need to see what's happening. Yeah, there you can see 191,000
Right, yes.
troops all sitting there.
So if you could
I see.
conveniently pick off those 3,900, that would be lovely, but you probably can't.
I can't, because they're still right next door
Right
to...
next door to 191,000.
Yes, which means that even if I raised all of the Anatolian people there, marched them in, and so on, that would still be...
I mean, my instinct are if all the Chinese troops are gathered together in one place, this is where you need a sort of AoE damage. But the trouble is, the Chinese historically are the ones who have that.
Yeah, this is
Well, yes,
fair.
also at this point, I don't have... I mean-
Sort of south of it, it looks like.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm bringing troops up here, slowly.
But no, the aim here is to split up the Chinese armies, because while Verity has 500,000 troops, if she puts all those 500,000 troops in the same province, they will starve to death.
Unlike the Chinese ones who have
Who have
discovered
magic,
Lembas or
Chinese
something.
Segway technology.
Yeah. Yes, they have
Or
discovered...
Rather, since they're where they should be, Chinese eat-in technology.
Well, they left China.
Oh,
They're in the Western Protectorate now. China itself doesn't appear on the map.
Right.
Does it exist?
Probably.
It exists only, like, very vaguely.
Well, it apparently had a couple of 100,000 troops in it available to deploy at a moment's notice.
I
Which is
think if I knew I was a boss level in a video game, I would too.
You can get up there. Hang on, right, next. Can you lot and send you on your exciting trip to Africa before you set sail for India and then get to march up to somewhere vaguely near Nepal. You are not big enough to do anything. Why are you standing still? Alright, that's more like it. You could go up there. The problem is, at all points I have to pay attention to where all my armies are going
And also your leggies.
because of the attrition problem.
Yes.
Now, where do I want you? I think I want to send you up there. No, we haven't been attacked. We walked past someone else's army. That wasn't an enemy one. Right, okay, has someone besieged somewhere since we're getting that? Okay, yeah, but nothing very scary at this point. Okay. So actually let's shove you up there. Expand the fleet. March you lot over there. Ship you ship over there to start the shipping across.
Someone's got into a fight with the Chinese army.
Yeah, well, you know, it's someone else. I'm fine with someone else taking, attrition. Right. You are 8,000 troops and you are there. I will leave you there until some of these counties have cleared out a bit. Yeah, I think I want to go up there. Right, okay. I shouldn't get stressed out by the besieging thing happening at this point.
I think essentially that is only a worry once you start engaging the Chinese troops, and all being well, you won't lose very many battles against them because you will have spread them out enough that you can win battles.
Mm.
And then you can take back your territory.
Yeah. Once this isn't a completely daft thing to be doing.
In particular, the more territory of yours they've taken, the further they are from one another and from China, probably.
Yes. It's just that
there's a stack that's 2 counties away from the rest and is only 21,000, so that's progress.
Indeed. Well,
3 counties away, I think.
Well, that one's only one county away from.
Yes, but those two between them are. If you were to engage the southern one.
Yes, which is.
I mean, it's probably still not a good idea yet, but it's becoming a gradually less bad one.
Somehow, some of my troops have just disappeared. Not through attrition, because I split this into 3 armies to go over here, and now they're not. What the hell are you playing at, people? Okay, now there's one of them. Right. Okay, you ended up over there. Right, you. Right. You get to go up there. And that means you can go up there. And in fact, you can go up there. No, yes. Yes, brilliant people going that way. There we go. Right. We take you in there. Right, you. Let's put me in charge of that. Because I think we'd like to fight someone soon. Shizzik. Right, so where's the quickest route? There, that's probably there. Right. you are going to stay there. You are going to go and join them, and that's probably going to be a sensible thing-ish. No. You go over that. You go over that. Okay, you want to stay there. And okay. Okay. Oops. No, in fact, then let's split you in half. Half of you. Ooh, no. Nope, 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 nope. Right. All of you go over there. You don't go over there. Okay, you want to stay there for a minute, and then right, I need about 1 million more people in Odessa. And it's probably time for me to save and go and make dinner. Because I do have to be up at a fairly stagey time tomorrow. So the stream will end fairly shortly.
Well,
And can you unplug the